about right now is their history of their spirituality as a tribe. And so for the history of Native American spirituality, like their misconception that we learned in history that they're very simple-minded, but in fact they're not. They are, their way of believing in things is very, very complicated, and also they perceive their spirituality as a way of life, and it's like their daily routine. And also their beliefs were heavily influenced by like their agriculture and how they were able to obtain food so they could survive. And also their hunting skills also provided them to be able to be closer to their spirituality. And the practice was also helped with like conquering all the difficulties in life, and they were also able to learn like through marriage, death, and even puberty for spirituality. And also everyone considered, like the Europeans considered them to be, their spirituality to be a religion, but they didn't consider it to be that way. They just believed it was just a way of life and just a normal thing that they had to do. In 1882, the U.S. federal government began to work toward banning the Native Americans' religious rights, and then it impacted their ceremonies and their practices were changed. And the Europeans believed that their spiritual practices were worthless superstition and they were from the devil. And just their main goal was to convert them to Christianity because they believed that their spirituality wasn't right. And they just wanted them to adopt the Christian way so that they could be saved and be devout Christians. Okay, so the afterlife beliefs, like all tribes have different beliefs of what happens after they die, and it all comes down to what their spirituality is in their tribe. And some believe that their souls of the dead, they pass through a spirit world, but still remain in contact with ceremonies and rituals, and they still have a big impact in the tribe, even though they are dead. And then some of the tribes, they believe there's a more structured land for the dead. Like they're often controlled by the god of dead or a supernatural caretaker who takes care of them in their tribe. And also other tribes believe that there is no afterlife, but they become part of the earth or a star. And these are just some examples about like what the beliefs in the afterlife. So there's like some of them, they have like the coyote and is their spirit, like their god for death. And those are just like different stories and gods and spirits in each tribe, like different tribes. These are just some pictures of different beliefs. This one right here is a picture of most of the myths that people of the different tribes believe in. And these are just other pictures.
So for ceremonies, the main purpose for ceremonies is for you to meditate, heal, and cleanse. Like cleanse your body, cleanse the land that you live in, your whole environment. Alright, so what did they do during the ceremonies? Well, they all started off with the sun dance. And the sun dance was different for each tribe, but they kind of began with that for each ceremony. But the overall purpose of the sun dance was